I want you to just go back to March this year. And I remember when we started campaigning, and I was at one house and I was chased out and called a fascist. But I went to another house, and I put the leaflet through the door, and I walked 5 doors down. This really lovely lady, middle-aged, chased after me. And I thought, oh, what have I done? And she said, thank you, thank you, thank you, with tears in her eyes. Because for the first time, she felt that the country had a chance. And if I can just, I always use this phrase because it's really important. All it takes for evil to prevail is for good men and women to do nothing. And that's what we did. We stood up when it wasn't fashionable, when we'd be called names, and we're starting to be part of history. This is where we start putting our folk first. So if we move forward through that campaign and we go to the 1st of May, and I'm sure we've got lots of councillors here and lots of candidates who didn't quite make it. But I remember I was in the second safest seat in Lancashire. I was contesting because that's where I live and that's the right thing to do. And I remember the votes coming in, and I was neck and neck with my opponent, who normally got 2/3 of the vote in that ward. And I thought, will I do it? I might do it by 10 votes. And then 1,000 votes came off the table, and I won by 1,030 votes. So we celebrated on that Friday, as many of us would have done, and then we started thinking about what we had to do on the Saturday. And we went to County Hall, we met the officers, we had a cup of tea, and we all started to get to know each other. So we would know each other in your branches, and there were 53 of us. So we'd know each other in the branches, but we wouldn't know each other otherwise. And so we had that first meeting, and what I found out that day was that that was the second largest majority ever, and the largest majority in the last 28 years since there's been 84 councillors. So it was a massive achievement. Anyhow, we started to get to work, started to get to know each other, and I can say, and I said this when I was appointed leader, the quality of the people we have, Reform councillors at Lancashire County Council, is the best I've ever seen. There is no backfighting. We're all pulling on the rope in the same direction. And we know that our job is to provide a platform of competency, professionalism and action to put Nigel Farage in Downing Street in 2028-29. But the challenges are immense. We have £1.2 billion worth of debt. The interest bill last year was £100,000 a day and rising. That's 37 million a year. We have services in absolute chaos, and I'll run through them. And we have a media establishment that constantly attacks. In fact, before I'd said anything, I was on the front of the Lancashire Evening Post with a chainsaw with blood dripping from it, which is absolutely appalling. We've had letters from government ministers challenging us before we've even started. But we're determined. We're determined to govern responsibly, professionally, and with an eye on putting the people first for the first time in a long time. Now, talking about putting the people first, local government reorganisation, we said we would provide a referendum and let the people of Lancashire decide if they wanted to lose the local councils. I had a meeting with the Minister. I wrote to him within days of being made leader, and I had a meeting with him last week. And we are waiting for a formal response from the Minister, which I will share with all of you. We are fighting to have a referendum. But if the Minister will not make it legally binding, we have a choice. Do we spend £2.5 million on a referendum that won't be listened to? What we hope is that the government, who've never put this in their manifesto, will allow us to have a referendum so that that £2.5 million is well spent and they'll listen to the result. And if I move on to the challenges, we have a budget challenge. We were supposed to be saving £63 million this year to have a balanced budget. And we're going to save some of that, but on the current trajectory we'll not save enough. And if we don't deliver a balanced budget, commissioners will come in and run the council for us, and we cannot allow that to happen. That happened in Birmingham, and when that happens, all discretionary services are cut immediately, and you have huge increases in council tax. So we've been working we've put forward our first cabinet meeting, an emergency proposition to review the budget, and we're going to have to be really focused on getting a balanced budget. But what we will do, I think there's a lot of waste, and we're trying to get the Doge team in to help us. We're just at the moment trying to agree a data sharing agreement with the officers and the Doge team. The second element of challenge is special educational needs. And if you see these families where the children are not going to school, it's devastating. It's devastating for the families, it's devastating for the children. And Lancashire's has all councils have a target to have an assessment within 20 weeks. And Lancashire's only achieving that with about 1 in 5 children. So Matthew's over here, he's heading that up, he's our cabinet member, and we're going to put a lot of effort into that because that's the right thing to do. Adult social care, ever-growing demand, and I've got a nurse who's heading that up, someone who really understands it inside out. And that's the thing about the team. I've never seen a team like this. Unbelievable people with vast knowledge and experience. And finally, I think the last promise we made was roads. So I was having dinner with Zia, and he came up with this idea. He said, what we need to do is put these AI cameras on council vehicles, so when they drive around the county's roads, they can see where the potholes are. So Warren Goldsworth, the cabinet member, I relayed this to him, and he went to the office. He said, what we need is these AI cameras. And they said, we've got 3 of them. They've been in a shelf for 18 months. They've been sat on a shelf, not being used. So right away, within days, we had them fitted to a vehicle, and we're scanning the roads to find out where the potholes are. That was our promise. We would put money into roads. So I suppose to finish off, we're working incredibly hard, and we're determined to deliver for the people of Lancashire. And when I get tired after these long days, I watch this video, and it's called Jerusalem, Anthem of England. And when you get tired, watch that video and you won't be tired anymore. So thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the Reform family.